Hey there, Eric here from Socially Awkward Studios, and this Four-Eyed Radio presentation is being proudly brought to you by Raven Designs, illustration and design that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit ravencruise.com.
Starfleet Escape PodCast. Prepare for launch in 3, 2, 1. Enjoy the ride.
Welcome to the Starfleet Escape Podcast on the Four-Eyed Radio Network, where we escape into the Star Trek universe. This is our supplemental episode, Space Seed. This episode is being recorded on February 6, 2014. I'm Marty.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Aaron.
This episode is brought to you by America Joy Print Shop, official sponsor of the Four-Eyed Radio Network. For high-quality business cards, flyers, banners, cut vinyl, and more, visit americajoy.com.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Good evening, gentlemen.
So this is our supplemental episode, Space Seed. For those who don't know, our supplemental episodes are basically commentary tracks. Now what we'll do is each of us have the episode open in Netflix, and we'll play the video, and then we'll discuss the video as it's playing. Just like a regular commentary track on a DVD, Blu-ray, etc. This is also coming on the anniversary of this episode, which aired February 16th, 1967.
That's 47th anniversary of Star Trek Space Seed.
That's old.
Very old. 47. Is that what you said?
47, yeah.
47.
It all comes back to 47.
It does.
So, what we'll do is we'll count 1, 2, 3, play. When we say play, hit play on your DVD or your Netflix, and hopefully everything will sync up so you'll be able to listen to our track when you're watching this trek.
Oh,
A
snap.
Trek track.
All right. So, ready, gentlemen?
Yes.
Okay. So, I'll do 1, 2, 3, play. 1, 2, 3, play. I love this bridge, especially this angle.
Yeah, it's an angle we don't see too much of.
I always thought when they showed the view screen, though, everything got really blurry.
Hmm. The Netflix version is the remastered version, so it should look a little bit crisper.
Yeah, definitely. He kind of gets a little annoyed at Uhura.
Yeah.
A very interesting design, the DY-100.
It looks like a submarine in space.
Exactly.
And if you take it and repeat it in a rotating form, you get the Bajoran symbol.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And if we don't slow down, we're going to hit it. You're dead, Jim.
Sensor.
You did always pronounce that weird. Sensor
Yeah.
reading.
You know what else I noticed? There were a lot of people on the bridge. I never noticed this many people on the bridge at one time before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a ton of extras.
Yeah.
Now that's good graphics right there. That's the
Right,
remastered.
this is the remastered.
Yeah, it looks
The
incredible.
old one, you could see the strings.
They actually, I believe they added in a docking port to be used to dock with the International Space Station. They added that to the model.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So a lot of thought went into this remastered model.
But what I like about the remastered original series in general is that they tried to match the angles of the ships and the shots shot for shot. So it's still being faithful to the original, but completely updating it with the new graphics. And it looks great.
Yeah, definitely. And they also redid
to make his look even better.
They redid the instrumental score. For the intro, at least. A lot of yellow shirts.
Yes.
Some
and
random
red.
guy walking.
I haven't seen any blues of a Spock.
In this episode, we do not see Sulu or Chekhov.
I actually didn't notice Sulu was missing.
Never noticed his eyes were so blue.
Which is later retconned to the eugenics wars.
Yeah.
Right. Well, they call it the eugenics wars as well here.
Yeah, they just.
Yeah, but First Contact makes the Third World War
Later.
in like the 2050s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is weird because we see in Voyager they go back to 1996. There's obviously no
World War.
No, but there is a DY-100 class on
Rain's
Rain's desk.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The Pocket Book series regarding the eugenics wars explains that it's more like a Cold War.
A Cold War?
Yeah.
MacGyvers.
She's the descendant of MacGyver from...
It's kind of weird that atmospheric conditions on the ship would start turning on.
Mm.
Not really. I mean, if the pods are activated, then an automated system would kick in.
It's like
because it is a sleeper ship.
Yeah.
True, but they weren't activated until they... Well, we'll see once Sky turns on some systems. That's when the con starts to become active.
Well, I'm sure there were some basic rudimentary life support.
You know
just
what I
so
like about this?
It wouldn't freeze.
They make it look so hospitable. I mean, look at it. It's like they're sleeping in bunks instead of being like inside of like a box like the ones you see in other series. I know they're box-like, but they look like they're just bunk beds.
I'd love to put my hands on her ample nacelles.
You notice Scott's still looking the other way. He's so inspired by that flashing light. I'm not going to pay attention to you, Captain.
Yet he had so much trouble in 1986.
Yeah.
Look, he was able to turn everything on by pushing a button.
Well, they're not going to make it hard.
How quaint. He had to push a button.
Turns on the lights.
I found it weird how taken by Khan she was.
Mm.
They are supposed to be the perfect, like most perfect humans.
That's true.
So the program triggered it to turn it on. Wow.
Plus, we have to remember that she's a 20th century expert, so something like this from the 20th century is going to completely fascinate her no matter what.
Right.
Ooh, Oriental.
Yeah.
Ooh. Or, yeah, that's no.
It was the 60s, after all, when this was filmed. Maybe they should let him die.
I love Kirk's solution.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was like a release
Right.
for the outside.
Just in the spot that I break it.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting garb.
Yeah, I found it to be quite interesting.
You thaw it out pretty quick.
Well, it's not really cryogenics. It's probably some kind of other suspended animation.
Right. Man, they thought we were going to be so advanced in the 60s.
Wouldn't it be more like 3 centuries if it was 96? Like, so it'd be like 2.5 centuries if it was 96.
Right.
So he's close. I guess that's not a continuity.
I don't like that garb, though.
Well, one of the things, they didn't really set a year for the TOS until
the movie, right?
Yeah, further down the line they set the year.
Well, there's always been some ambiguity with that.
Right. That was the whole point of the star dates at first, so they didn't have to pinpoint a year.
Yeah. You ever notice that the instruments McCoy uses kind of looks like, I don't know, real rumen?
And if you remember, yeah.
No, we're thinking the same thing. They use the same number in Star Trek Into Darkness.
Right.
72?
Yep.
Yep, 72 torpedoes.
Yeah, but see, in this, they couldn't have used them for torpedoes. Those beds were wrong.
No, the torpedoes were built later.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're not getting into Darkness.
Yeah, I wonder how far they are from Earth.
Yeah. And nuclear powered.
Should have been your first clue.
Yep. Yeah, it sucked. Yeah.
I like how snarky Kirk can get.
Yeah, I'm
sometimes.
waiting for him to say Mr. Smiley Pants. He's gonna rip those pointed ears off of you.
Sure. I like this exchange. This is a good exchange.
Rigged for towing. Put the lights on it so nobody runs into it.
Did you know that the Botany Bay model was designed by Matt Jeffries before he came up with the Enterprise?
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he described it as an antique space freighter and put it aside in case they needed to use one.
Oh, cool.
Well, that came in handy, huh?
And his blood can heal.
Stalker! She's a stalker!
Speaking of the music in this episode, most of it was recycled from the episode Charlie X.
Ah. A good way to save money.
Kirk's
This guy
like, I
can't
would.
take criticism, can he?
Kirk's like, I would have been a kick-ass psychologist.
Oh, I've got a brain freeze. Yeah, I don't see those.
It's always good to
text
stretch.
He has later, by the way.
Said
In
hey.
the movie. Doesn't look like plastic, at least.
So speaking of Khan's dress, Khan goes through a record of 5 changes of costume for a male cast member of the original series.
Yep. Including a red shirt.
Right.
That's true.
Which I still don't understand why.
And the instrument that those old medical instruments that Khan used, that's only seen in this episode. That set piece is never seen again in the original series.
Yeah. Well, don't you think they should have put it behind glass and a key?
Yeah.
Well, in case of an emergency, I guess they would need to go back to
Either choke me or
scalpels.
cut my throat. Yeah,
I always thought it was more of Bones' personal collection.
Yeah.
Right. It was McCoy that gave Kirk the glasses in Star Trek 2, right?
Exactly. Yep.
So he has a keen sense of
Old
antiques.
Yeah, old antique medical equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, Bones is so cool throughout this entire exchange.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, either choke me or slit my throat. Make up your mind. That's nice. United Spaceship. United Spaceship.
Yeah.
You don't hear that very much.
Yeah, that kind of went back and forth,
Yeah.
too. I wonder if McCoy, reports what just happened to anyone.
Can I ask you a question? How does that button know that he wants the captain?
Maybe just goes directly to the bridge. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, right to the captain? There's got to be other places he calls.
Nope.
No.
What the hell is that?
McCoy had a two-piece tunic before it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
See, this exchange makes getting back to Into Darkness seem a little bit a little similar, because they didn't, when they heard Khan, they didn't go like, "Oh, obviously, I know who you are."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
And that would make sense if the eugenics wars were kept in a Cold War situation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jim, maybe a little letter would be better. He did just try to kill me. He's worn out.
They really like showing off Khan's chest,
At least it isn't plastic.
and that plays in through.
Well,
to the movie.
it wasn't plastic in the it wasn't plastic in Star Trek 2. That's Ricardo Montalban's actual chest.
Really?
Yeah.
It looks like plastic.
No, that's a rumor. He actually worked out for that.
Mm-hmm. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Oh my!
So where are the other 8?
Dead.
Fuck, most people don't know who Napoleon is. They don't read anymore.
This is interesting. Lieutenant, even though she's a lieutenant, her uniform doesn't have rank braids on it.
Oh yeah. Good observation there.
Because she's the historian.
Yeah, but she's still an officer.
Yeah, I know. You ever notice they had, like, the lights right in their eyes?
Yeah, that's
Common 1960s effect.
Yep.
yeah.
Starfleet regulations, bro.
And it looks cool for the future.
He's pretty brazen,
Well, he's Khan.
right?
Yeah, he's Superman.
And he's creepy.
Yeah, pretty creepy. I wouldn't
He'd
want
go
him
right
to
up this
randomly
woman
touch
and
me.
pull her hair out.
He's very good at
She's
manipulating.
really not that much of. She's not that much of a looker.
Are you kidding me? I think she is.
I don't know. Sure it is. He's sophisticated. Do you dye your hair? He basically messed up her hair and is like, oh, it looks much better.
Yeah.
You notice that? I like the...
Wonder what this food
You
is.
put your head in a
Food
wind
cubes.
tunnel look. And what the hell is that food? We're eating plastic again.
You should know that, Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is Khan's best outfit.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm. Which, you know what surprises me in Trek 2, the uniform is kind of weird. And it doesn't look like a wind tunnel look. It looks more like the long-haired Elvis look. Uh-huh. No, I'm just kidding.
What,
Napoleon?
Khan?
Napoleon?
Looks just like him.
Mm. All I can think of is, I forget what movie it was from, but for God's sakes, would you put a freaking shirt on? Close that shirt. So she did research him.
I'm sure.
'Cause that's
It's
definitely him.
kind of her job.
Yeah. It's kind of a cool tunic, though. Mr. Khan. Is that Romulan ale?
No. That's
Blue.
something brandy.
Saurian brandy.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Brandy is blue too.
Aren't all the people here bridge officers in this
Yes.
dinner? Besides MacGyver's, right?
Yeah, but you have a B shift and a C shift and a D shift. It's just every show is during the A shift.
Oh, no. Well, what I was asking is, shouldn't
Did-
everyone have dress uniforms on?
Yeah.
That's one of the production errors. Like
Yeah.
all of them should be in dress uniform, but only Kirk, Spock, Bones, and Scotty.
Mm.
Probably cost.
I wonder if they ever shown a female dress uniform.
Not in the original series.
Yeah. That's what I
Well,
thought.
This guy is charismatic, though. He's even better in this than he was in the movie.
I think the movie was a little over the top in terms of Khan, and I guess that's to show how crazy he went during SETI Alpha. But yeah, I definitely like Khan more in Space Seed. Like he's much more calculating and vicious.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the movie, it's just all pure revenge. Like, he doesn't care.
Right.
This is more calculating and manipulating.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Who's your dictator? Who's your dictator?
Such an abusive relationship already.
Yeah, he's completely training her.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
It's basically breaking her down.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he still cares for her in a way, because in the movie we find out that she died,
Mm-hmm.
and that's one of the main reasons why he wants revenge on Kirk.
Yeah.
Right.
That's mostly the whole thing.
Yeah. But just watching this, it's uncomfortable.
I don't think you see this in any other Star Trek episode.
No. And that look, that's when he knows he's won.
Yeah. We will. That little smile.
And now they've done their research on him finally.
Here's his mugshot. Don't you usually do this before you invite him to the dinner?
Oh, Spock.
I think this is the beauty of Star Trek, especially the original series. I love these philosophical debates. I always wondered why they gave him a uniform.
Yeah. The red uniform? Easy to kill. Take him on one way,
Well,
and he's dead.
They didn't have the regular black ones like they do in Into Darkness. This is probably just all the supply officer would have had. Something like this is just a uniform. But that doesn't really explain his other costumes.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. And by this time, they have replicated, don't they?
No.
No? Not for the uniforms?
No.
Probably due to the ban on genetic engineering.
Yeah, that would probably be it.
But Khan does make an interesting point.
Yeah.
Right. And this right here will show how strong Khan is. He's able to pry open a locked door.
Yeah, and he flings that guy like with one hit, like 3 feet in the air. I think she's holding that phaser a little weird.
Yeah, she is.
She is. Did he just do a Vulcan?
He might have studied it
Yeah.
in the database.
Starting to like the women's uniforms a lot better. Oh, they were all in those, weren't they?
Yeah, they were all. Khan was even in that. Minus the bra.
Mm.
He must have been gone a while before anyone notified him.
Mm. That guy must have been out for a while.
Hmm.
Turbo elevators.
Get out of my way.
Who are you telling me?
This is one of the few times we see the condition red on the screen like that.
Hmm.
Yep. It says condition alert.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Khan.
Hmm. You would imagine that Kirk should have some sort of override authority.
Yeah, but if Khan's already taken the main computer,
Yeah.
that would circumvent any codes, I would think.
Hmm. Possibly.
Yeah, I always wonder whatever happened to the botany bay itself.
Well, they just...
Let it.
Well, obviously, they must have came back for it because they used the Botany Bay as parts for the planet in Wrath of Khan.
Mhm.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
That was the remnants of the ship.
Okay, the one hanging over the edge of the rail, that's a little
A little much.
little
Yeah.
much. Yeah, considering like he probably would have fallen off of that.
It appears that the uniforms that the Khan's crew is wearing,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like they denote rank.
Yeah, in the middle.
Yeah, if you notice, Khan has 6
Three
of
up, three down.
those. Some of them have 4. Some of them don't have any.
Oh. Yeah, this is... That's pretty crazy for Star Trek.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is someone carrying a camera?
Yeah. When did he explode? Or implode?
No. His lungs would probably collapse, though.
Mm. His eardrums would blow up.
Imagine these guys ruling over another species.
Mm.
Still showing disappointment in her.
Mm-hmm. We don't really like him that much, honestly. He's not really that great of a captain.
Oh no. I don't understand why Khan would need
Yeah,
the
why does he
crew.
need a...
He has 72 people.
Yeah, he has 72 people, but there's still 400 on the Enterprise. They might not be enough for a skeleton crew.
Yeah,
And even if they were to study, there's still technical stuff that they might not know.
that's true.
That was pretty quick.
She took a turbo elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah, turbo elevator.
I'm
That's
sure.
such a great design.
Yeah. Turbo elevator is right next to the molecularizer transporting thing.
Hiya.
Wouldn't you just have shot him?
It could set off an alarm. And Khan would know.
Mm.
As you remember in Star Trek 6 when a
Yeah,
phaser
when
was
he fired
fired.
inside.
Oh crap! Get out of here.
Give me some other ethnic names. Oh, he's gonna fall asleep across the table again. Wouldn't he fall off the table? I mean, come on. Wouldn't that have affected him?
Affected Kirk?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would
All
think.
the gas was still there.
Watch what he does to this phaser.
Kirk's like,
A little
Mama.
intimidating.
Yeah, he's like, Mama. Be gentle.
If I can't have her, no one will.
Okay, that one little light is the only thing that tells anybody that is an overload.
As you can see, that's Kirk's stunt double.
Yep, very clearly. And cons.
Yeah.
The infamous double-fisted Kirk. And the legs scissor lock flip.
Oh my god. It's
Yeah,
not
you
even
can really
close.
tell that these are the stunt doubles.
It's not
Yeah.
even close.
It's like, yeah.
They couldn't have fixed that on this remastered version.
Here's an interesting thing. We never see these props again, like these little lever things. We don't know what they do.
They must be heavy,
Used
right?
to hit people.
Because that did a
They mu-
number on Khan. It knocked him out.
Yeah, that might be some kind of control rod or some kind of warp thing. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not vital since he just yanks it out.
Yeah.
People. I can't read.
I'm surprised he gives her a choice.
Yeah, she should be court-martialed.
But that's the thing. Kirk's giving them all a chance
Yeah.
to make up for this.
Which he'll regret in about what?
Yeah.
20 years? Doesn't quite work out that way though.
Yeah, because, I mean, how long would it take them to create interstellar travel on their own?
Mm-hmm. Hello.
The space seed he planted.
Dun, dun, dun. But he will find out in 20 years.
Yep. Well, Chekhov, who isn't even around, will find out.
But he was... I mean, he must have been on the ship, is what they refer to.
There's
He was on vacation.
there's either I think there's one of the pocket books or comics that basically says that Chekhov was in engineering when Khan took it over. Which would explain why he knows Chekhov, or at least recognizes his face.
Would also explain other things that have come about in the darkness.
Yeah, exactly.
About the same time period.
Right, and he's in engineering and Into Darkness. So if you watch this all the way through, the Orion Slave Girl is in the end credits. Susan Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
As she always is,
which is in every end credit.
So yeah, that was the original series episode, Space Seed.
It's a classic, awesome first season episode.
It's also different than the others.
Yeah, and it was so good it got its own sequel in a movie, which not all the episodes can say.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Or some of the movies should be. No, just kidding.
The next sequel like this that we get is First Contact.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Arguably the best next-gen movie.
Maybe they should do more episode sequels as movies.
Exactly. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and we'll catch you next time on the Starfleet Escape Podcast, here on the 4-Eyed Radio Network.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
It's Trekkin time.
There you go. You have been listening to the Starfleet Escape Podcast on the 4-Eyed Radio Network, where you can catch a new episode every other Monday. You can find us on the web at sfescapepod.com. Follow us on Twitter at sfescapepod. Like us on Facebook.com/sfescapepod. And add us to your circle on Google Plus by going to google.sfescapepod.com.
This has been another great presentation of the 4-Eyed Radio Network. You can catch more shows at 4eyedradio.com.